welcome to No Look Reviews, where we watch United games so you don't have to. Today we're going to review Man United versus Newport County in the FA Cup. On to the fifth round, Ahil. But before we get into the game, I want to discuss a couple of things. So the first big news while we were away, Omar Barada from Manchester City, their chief operating officer, is now the CEO of Man United. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, interesting that we're signing someone from City, but
true.
he's also led City in a good way. We've heard a lot of good things about him.
Yeah.
A lot of people around him have really praised him. So I hope he's not one of the cons and the inside men planted from City into United, But hopefully it's professional. Hopefully it's all good. I mean, smart guy. Obviously, we've heard a lot of good things about him. So I'm hoping good things come out of it. But you never know because it's United. So
Yeah.
we still got the Glazers up top. So you never know.
I mean, one good thing out of this is Pep is rattled. When he was asked about this, he said, everyone thinks that United is going to change because of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if that happens. So, usually when Pep is snide and he makes comments like that, it means that somewhere it stings.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to actually be able to change anything because of the Glazers, but the appointment itself is a positive for sure.
Yep.
And today, actually, I think it was from Fabrizio, there was a quote that came out, and Barada was basically addressing the need to pay appropriate fees for transfers, as well as salaries and commissions.
Yep. I heard that.
So I think we're going in the right direction with this appointment, and let's see what it brings. Another thing that I want to talk about, Marcus Rashford, Man United poster boy. Ten Hag's favorite, was out clubbing Thursday night, and he had to miss Friday morning's training because of an illness. What do you think that illness was?
Probably just a nice little hangover, Like, just had a couple of drugs, a couple of pills here and there. Some sort of substances were probably involved,
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Maybe he was snorting. Maybe he was having some pills. Maybe it's just drinks. Who knows?
We're never getting a Rashford interview.
Yeah. No, we're not getting that. But, I mean, it's all jokes, but obviously he did go out. He did go out party with whoever, his friends and stuff. I mean, every player has the right to party and kind of celebrate their life and whatnot, like have their fun time. But you got to be careful. You're an athlete, right? You got to be a little professional. Wherever you go, you got to carry yourself a certain way. And I guess Rashford forgot that he's a Manchester United player. He needs to take care of himself and not do dumb shit right before the game. True. So he lost a spot on the team. He lost a spot on the bench. He's not going to be playing this week at least, like for this game. But we'll see. I don't think he's going to be involved in the Wolves game. Probably not. We only have so many sessions, and then we also have the Tottenham game coming up. So I don't see him starting, at least because I think Ahmad...
You mean the Villa game?
We
just played Tottenham.
Yeah, I think so. I fucked up my games. My bad, guys. But yeah. I mean, we have Palestri and Ahmad on the bench. I hope they get some game time out of this because... They just didn't against Newport County, which is sad. I thought they would come on and actually play some minutes, but no, that didn't happen. So let's see. But yeah, it's just sad how Rashford carries himself outside. So
all right, so on to the game.
Yeah.
Man United 4, Newport County 2.
Yeah.
Looks like it was a straightforward victory, but let's actually dive deep down into this and talk about what actually happened.
All right. So start off the game kind of okay-ish. We was up and down the field for the first couple of minutes. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
We got control of the game. Scored the first goal. Pretty easy, nice little goal like Bruno and Anthony combination.
Yeah.
Anthony was down the left, which is surprising. He made a run down the left, curved around the right back, went down to the byline, got the ball from Bruno. A nice 1-2 from them. And Bruno with a nice finish, bottom left corner. Pretty clean. Amazing. Yeah. Move on. We kind of lose control of the game for like a minute or so. Get back into control. Dalo's on the right side. I don't know why he did like 4 step overs. Same thing. Anthony just like goes onto the side and does the same skill move like for 5 minutes. Dalo's doing the same thing. But it worked out. He passed it to Manu. Manu with a nice first-time finish. The bottom left corner again. The goalkeeper had no chance. Manu's first goal for United.
First senior goal
for United. Amazing. Great finish.
Yeah, good
Great goal for him. Good for him. Showing his talent and playing that McTominay position, showing that anyone can score those goals, I guess. But yeah.
Bold play.
Yeah, but moving on, United lose control.
Yeah.
Complete.
I mean, they still had control, I would say, for a little bit. Like, but you could tell that they were starting to take the game less seriously.
Yeah, they were taking it too light.
Yeah.
Newport started putting in some pressure. Nothing clean, nothing like finesse, just passing the ball around a little bit, got a ball here and there, took a shot here and there, and then we saw that nice volley that came off for him, off Lisandro Martinez's head, and a perfect finish into the bottom left corner.
That's true.
Bender had no chance, and we don't blame him for any of that. But that's when it all went wrong. That's when it all started.
It was a nostalgic finish from Martinez, prime Chicharito goal. Just kidding. It was a good volley. It was a good connection. It
was a great goal.
Unfortunate for Martinez. I think he wanted to clear the ball, but like he just couldn't get the contact that he needed. And
not tall enough.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Bender couldn't do anything about that.
No.
And as soon as that happened, we lost control of the game completely. Newport were back in the game.
Yep.
And then it was halftime.
Yeah.
And then we actually went for a regular Tim Hortons break at halftime.
Yep.
We come back. It's the 46th minute.
Sponsor, please.
It's the 46th minute, and as soon as we sit on our chairs to watch the second half, I don't even know what happened because as soon as we sat, there was a cross from the Newport County player, and there was a finish.
It was like a near post cross and like kind of like a counterattack, and none of the United players actually ran back. I saw Menu jogging back. Casemiro's already kind of there. Dalo's kind of out of position, not really right back, but more of a right center back position. Yeah. And he didn't do much to even try to block the cross. Yeah. Anthony actually ran back. Give him credit for that. Couldn't do much at that point anyway. But
because we're recording now right after the game, like you haven't had a chance to look back properly at that goal. Yeah. But from what we can tell, like Dalo was he was guarding no one at that point.
Yeah,
the cross came and he didn't even try to stop it. Like he just let it go.
Yep.
And Varane couldn't do anything. Like the striker was already ahead of him, and then it was a nice finish past Bandier. So 2-2, and as soon as that happened, we feared for the worst, I think.
Honestly, I thought we were going to lose.
Yeah. Like we were talking about it in the first half, like when they scored that second goal, the first goal, that, if they score a second one, I think we're going to lose 3-2.
Yep.
But luckily for us, like Newport did take advantage of the momentum, and after that, the game was just, nowhere. Like both teams were just trying to pass the ball around. There were no chances from either teams. And then out of nowhere, Luke Shaw has the ball on the left. Cuts into his right foot, a nice curler shot, hits the right post, and then it falls to Anthony. And he first time finished from his right foot. Didn't expect that at all.
You don't see that. You don't see that at all.
Yeah. But a goal and an assist for Anthony this game.
So I don't know.
Maybe he found his level. Maybe League 2 is his level. Like
maybe
he just send him there. Like doesn't have to come back with us on the team bus for the Wolves game.
Yeah, probably.
But all jokes aside, like it was 3-2 for us, and then we gained control of the game again.
Yeah.
I think Newport heads dropped after that. Like all their comeback efforts were in vain.
Yeah.
And then we brought on a couple of substitutes. We first brought on McTominay for Casemiro and Kambwala for Shaw.
Yeah.
And after that, like it was good. Like again, like didn't create a lot of chances, but we didn't lose control of the game. I feared that once McTominay came, we're gonna lose the midfield battle, but it was fine. Like Newport didn't do much. And then we brought on Evans, Maguire,
Forson came on too.
Yeah. And then we scored a fourth. So again, it was good play. McTominay receives the ball on the in the middle of the park. Plays through
to Forson, I think.
No, I think he plays to Garnacho. There was someone in the middle.
There was someone in the middle, and then
and then Garnacho plays to Forson. Forson, unlucky for him, he couldn't finish. He couldn't get his goal.
He was on the floor.
Yeah, the ball drops to Højlund. Good composure. Didn't take it first time. He waited for the ball to bounce. And a nice left foot volley, and Højlund's scoring goals. Like
he's kind of getting there. He's trying to be the poacher of the team. Like he did have a couple nice runs into the box throughout the game, but the lack of service doesn't really help.
Like
the one time that Garnacho that hit the post, right? The exact one that
there was that one. There was another time when Garnacho didn't play him. He played Anthony instead. And there was another time when Luke Shaw had the ball and he played the ball behind Højlund instead.
The cross just did not show. Like,
I feel like if you give him service, he's gonna score goals. But we just need to figure out like how to best provide to him.
I feel like Luke Shaw also didn't have his best game. So, like, him being the main crosser of the team, once he gets back into form, kind of maybe, hopefully, Højlund gets some better service out of it.
Yeah.
Bruno kind of played balls in, like, here and there, but, like, he was obviously, like, the central number 10, second striker kind of position every now and then. Him and Maino, like, kind of switching around with that. Maino's kind of playing pretty high up, too.
Maino's playing very high up. I think he's playing higher up than Bruno at some points in the game.
Yeah.
Which is why he was able to get that second goal for us. We'll get to the returns. There's a couple that we want to talk about.
Yep.
And just before we move on, Højlund, I think he has 3 in his last 4. So he scored in each of those 3 games. It's not like he scored a hat trick and then he hasn't scored at the other 3. Like he's getting on a goal scoring run. And hopefully like his goals can help us climb up the table in the Premier League. Maybe get through in the FA Cup. We're facing either Bristol City or Nottingham Forest. It'll be. I think if it's Forest, it'll be nice because I want to see Morgan Gibbs White again. Like he's already played well against us. He's someone that I really want for United. So hopefully it's like another audition for him.
Let's see how consistent he can be, right? If he can actually perform in that game. But yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be a good battle, a good kind of fight, a good run up the FA Cup ladder, I guess. I mean, we were talking about this a bit earlier. Actually, you didn't bring it up, but I just tried to bring up the predictions of how the FA Cup might end up.
That's right.
So I'm gonna ask you, who do you think is gonna win the FA Cup this year, or at least predict the final, if anything?
Okay, final. I want to say, I know you mentioned Liverpool is going to reach the final.
Yeah, that's mine.
I think because they're pushing in the Premier League, they might not put out their strongest teams in the FA Cup. So if they come up against, like even the Chelsea, Villa, City, I think they'll go out.
Okay.
It's interesting. I don't know. Like it's because right now there's so many big teams left.
Big teams, it's hard to say.
Yeah, and anyone can beat anyone.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna throw out a wild guess. I'm gonna put City again, and Aston Villa.
That would be a good final.
That would be a good final.
That would be a great fucking final. Aston Villa's already beaten City.
Yeah.
So trying to see that again, why not? I would love Villa to be win the FA Cup, but I just don't think it's happening. I feel like so this was my whole prediction, right? I think final's gonna be Liverpool versus Man U, and we're gonna get fucked in the final. Liverpool wins it, probably what always as usual as what always happens. We're never gonna face City. I think we're gonna end up facing Arsenal in the semifinals, and we beat Arsenal. It's very difficult to say, but I just think we might beat them at this point. Like it's a shaky little bit. Both the teams are being shaky at this point. Might just happen. And Arsenal probably beat City to get to that point.
Nice.
And Liverpool probably beat Villa to get to the finals. I don't know about how the rest of things are going to happen. I don't even know if I'm right. I didn't even look at the run of plays or.
The thing is, it's not a straightforward bracket. Like you can draw against anyone at any time. So we're just throwing our wild.
Yeah, I'm just throwing these are all going to be really good games, really fun to watch. I don't know where Chelsea's going to be. I guess Chelsea and Villa maybe happens, or Chelsea and Liverpool happens. Yeah. Chelsea's Villa is already happening.
Yes,
and I think Villa will make it through. I don't know. I feel like they might fight for it, and they might just make it.
I don't think Chelsea have enough right now to beat Villa. Like I think Villa is just more well drilled.
Yeah.
Chelsea, they can score at any time, but they have defensive frailty.
They're very unpredictable at this point. They're doing really good in some games and really shaky, awkwardly weird in other games because they're playing that high press. They're doing well sometimes, and then sometimes it's just let it go. Yeah. And shit just goes wrong. But yeah, that's my prediction. See what you guys think. I don't know if you guys have any extra predictions on that point, but that's how I think the cookie's gonna crumble for the FA Cup. And
yeah. So let's talk about the returns. The first one I want to talk about. Okay, let's talk about Luke Shaw since you already brought it up. Not his best game.
No.
I think he was just a bit shaky. There was a lack of energy that you see from him. There was not a lot of times where he was making that overlapping run when Garnacho had the ball. I remember he did it once in the second half when we talked about the Højlund chance that he couldn't provide for.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was just whatever. He was losing the ball. His passes were kind of misplaced here and there.
Even Mainu had a couple misplaces, but I think Luke Shaw is he's injury prone, right? And he knows that. And this game is supposed to be an easier game for us per se. So I think for a lot of the game, after at least the 2 goals that we scored, our team was very overconfident. We got very much in our heads.
Yeah.
And lost like motivation to even run around the pitch. We're just jogging all over and just passing the ball around.
Yeah.
And I guess that in itself, plus the injury, Luke Shaw's probably just trying to be safe, not doing anything crazy.
That's right. Yeah.
And not even doing any skills. Like, unless, well, for the third goal, he did cut inside, kind of take a shot and do something there. But apart from that, I didn't see anything fancy from him. Any kind of fighting spirit or any high energy plays. So I think that just played kind of as a mental thing, a mental barrier for him. But we'll probably see him coming back, probably just get into the groove. And maybe Ten Hag has some interesting instructions for him.
I mean, the next game is against Wolves, so he definitely has to step up his game because Wolves, again, they're also a very unpredictable team.
Yeah, they have some good players.
Yeah, they have some good players. They can, they can beat anyone like that. Like if you're not up to the game.
Yeah.
So that's Luke Shaw. The second one is my savior, my magician, Casemiro.
He loves the dude.
I love Casemiro. Like he's just like I don't know, like
he is that.
Like he's Casemiro.
He's
man.
like
he's so good.
The friendly dog kind of thing. Like he's loyal. He'll protect his mates.
Yeah.
But then also fuck around. Like he does his thing. He doesn't care. He does not give a fuck about the other people. Yeah. And then he'll fight for you too if you need it. So
I don't know. I just love Casemiro. I look at his face and I'm like, oh my god, yeah. This guy is it, bro.
The happy guy.
He's him.
The happy kind of face. It's fun. He's a good dude.
Yeah. No, he had his good moments. There was a couple of nice balls that he played. A couple of half volleys, straight to the receiver.
Yep.
Some good tackles and then obviously some Casemiro type fouls. There was one time. Yeah. There's one foul where he almost scissored a guy and I thought that was a red, but he got lucky because.
I don't think that was a red, but it almost could have been a red.
If the guy actually was caught bad, I think it could have been a red. But luckily for Casemiro, luckily for us, it's just the yellow. Or we were gonna get a 3-match ban. And we really need him against Villa. I think it's gonna be a huge plus to have him.
Yep.
But he's Casemiro, man. And I feel like he's played. I think he had a good game compared to how he's played earlier in the season.
Yeah.
Although he scored a couple of important goals. I think just his energy and his passing was up there.
Yeah. I think him sitting back and being like that disciplined CDM kind of fits his role. But then again, when you need him up front, he can score the goals. So I guess that's when things get kind of shaky. He gets caught off guard, caught off position. Then we just concede a lot of goals.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a risk to reward thing because obviously we know he can score the goal, but then you'll also have the risk of conceding a goal. So let's see how he's used later in the kind of season, and we'll see against Villa and all those teams. That's going to be interesting.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think it's, again, Martinez's first start after this first game.
He came on as the sub last time, right? But he played 30 minutes or something.
Martinez was good. His passing was really good. There's a couple of times he played lob through for Garnacho, to go and run against the defenders. It's just Martinez's performance. Yeah. Pretty solid. Again, I don't know exactly how the second goal was conceded.
Yeah.
But it wasn't on his side, so I'm guessing he wasn't at fault for that. Gotta check that again.
I'm sure it's probably something we just pushed up after the kickoff and then just caught off guard because that's what it looked like. It was pretty much a counterattack and we just didn't run back. Yeah. Again, just the laziness of our team and getting kind of in their heads. Yeah. But other than that, I guess that was all the returns from injury. And we can move on to the player of the week and just the match, player of the match and the clown of the match.
Okay. Yeah. You want to start?
I just don't know who to give it to.
Actually, I want to talk about one. Sorry, there was one more. Okay. It's not a return, but it's a debut, and we completely missed
it. Alte
Bayendir.
But I guess that.
All right, I'm gonna give my thoughts, and then I'll leave it to you. Yeah. I think that there was a reason why this guy has not played a single game until now, and it's because he is shaky on the ball.
He's very much a De Gea.
Yeah, it was a very throwback, except he's not as good of a
obviously
saver as De Gea is.
He's not bad.
He has better distribution, but it is still shaky. You can tell. Whatever you say about Onana, the one time I don't feel threatened is when he has the ball at his feet.
Yeah.
It's when there's shots at him that you feel okay, fuck, he might actually concede something.
Any type of shot he's conceding.
Yeah. But it was the opposite this game, and it felt more shaky because we had so much ball this time, right? When you had the ball so many times that it just felt, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Maybe he just misplaces something.
I mean, we can see why Eric Ten Hag doesn't like to play him
Yeah.
that often. He really just prefers Onana, right?
Yeah.
Because that's his style of play. And
Yeah.
I mean, I don't completely dislike the guy.
Yeah.
I don't love him either, but like he's a person that we bought to put on the bench, really.
Yeah.
But I don't. Again, I will go back to your point that you said before. Why did we buy the dude if he doesn't fit our style of play or Ten Hag style of play?
That's right.
We paid. I mean, he was cheap. He was like $4 million or something. And
Yeah.
why not have a young, not even that young, but like a younger type of goalkeeper on the bench that has some sort of talent.
Mm-hmm.
But if he doesn't fit our style of play, then why are we even spending that money on him?
Like we had Kovar who fit the style of play.
Yeah.
He was a youth player, didn't cost anything.
Yeah.
You just save that money because you like. That's the thing. Like even last year, we were in a crisis in January because of injuries. Like when you know that this could happen, just save that money. Like maybe you'll need that $4 million in January.
Yeah.
Maybe you get a Timo Werner in, but we didn't have any money for him.
Yeah, it's weird. Financial fair play, all of that, the decisions that we're making.
Yeah.
I guess
Hopefully changes now.
Yeah, Big Omar, maybe make some changes. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I think we covered all the things.
Yeah.
He made some decent saves. He caught the ball on
He
a
did.
lot of occasions that Onana probably wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. So he definitely has that over Onana.
Yeah.
Good on with his hands, I guess, but with his feet, shaky as hell.
He's not it. And everyone who's saying like, oh, just drop Onana, you can't.
Now you see why
you
Ten Hag
can't.
says what he says or like does what he does. He has a kind of a style of play he wants to stick to, and Onana just very much fits it a lot better than this dude does.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah.
All right, so finally let's move on to the player of the week and clown of the week.
Yeah.
All right, I have go for it. Let's start with the player of the week. I think we've had like decent results. I'm sure you'll be able to give it to someone. Yeah,
I mean Anthony is the guy with the goal and assist, but he also missed some chances that he should have scored.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a decent performance for him, but it's also a League 2 side, so I don't know what to really say too much about it.
I feel it was a very Rashford type performance in the sense that he got his goal and assist, but like his overall game was so frustrating to watch that you just like. Yeah, like you got a goal and assist, but like, did you actually play well?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting, but I feel like I might want to give it to Bruno.
Yeah.
Like, he did score a goal. He created a couple chances. He was all over the pitch, kind of running around, like, doing his thing. So, Anthony can be a close second for me, sure, but I just don't feel like he deserves the player of the match kind of, award. I don't
100%.
know. Yeah. Bruno was a little cocky throughout the game, did some shaky maneuvers and touches and whatnot, but, you know.
Bruno things.
It's Bruno things. It's... I'll cut him some slack this time, and I don't think anyone else really deserves it from our team, so... Yeah, I guess it's Bruno for me. What about you?
I'm gonna give it to my boy, my savior, my magician, Casemiro. I'm just so happy to have him in the team.
Yeah,
I think he's been a huge miss. Mm-hmm. Him and Mano is gonna be a huge upgrade to our midfield.
Yep.
Finally, we get to see McTominay out of the lineup. He only has to come in when we really desperately need a goal, and you just stick him up like the Fellaini role. But yeah, I'm really happy Casemiro's back, and we can actually play some decent football finally. So I'm gonna give it to Casemiro.
Yeah, honestly, McTominay can just be a striker at this point because we don't have a substitute striker.
Yeah,
Martial's out; he's injured. Whatever the fuck's happening on that end, I don't care. Rashford is being Rashford, so yeah, I guess McTominay is our second striker till the end of the season. Hopefully, if we can try to make that happen. But yeah, clown of the week. I don't know who to give it to. Garnacho didn't do too great this game. He made some good runs.
He made some good runs. I don't know.
Luke Shaw didn't have a great performance either.
Yeah, I think it's.
Dalo had an assist.
Can we go to the referee? Let's decide.
The referee made some shit calls.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna give it to Luke Shaw.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna give it to Luke Shaw. He didn't do anything crazy in this game. He had a very shaky performance, but also he's back from injury, so I'll cut him some slack. It's not a very good kind of clown of the week. He's not the clown per se, but you have to choose one. The award's the award. You got to choose one, and it's gonna be him for me, I guess. Yeah. I don't see any other. It'll be Garnacho. Will be a close second, if anything. Everyone else did their thing, but yeah. What about you?
I don't know, man.
Didn't think about this at all.
No.
We had no time.
We had no time to think about this. I'm going to give it to... the thing is, Fuck, I don't know, man.
Exactly. I just picked it
I
up.
think I'm gonna go with Luke Shaw. Like sure, like Dalo might have been at fault for the second, but he did give an assist. Did more than Luke Shaw did.
Yeah.
In terms of the overall performance, so
inverted, played CDM, played here and there, ran around the pitch. Like Dalo still played his game.
Dalo still played okay for sure. Yeah. So give it to Luke Shaw. All right.
I guess that's that.
Yeah. One final thing. Let's talk about the Wolves game. On Thursday, I think we're playing away. Yeah, because the first game of the season was at home. So yeah, playing away. What do you think?
Cunha, Hwang Hee-chan, Pedro Neto, like these guys are not a joke.
Yeah, they're not.
Like they're shaky. They're not very consistent at all times, but they're not a joke at all. I don't take them lightly, and I feel like I'm pretty sure I predicted a loss, and I'm gonna stick to it. If anything, we come off a draw, but I think we're most likely gonna lose this game.
Yeah.
I know our players are back. Martinez is back. Casemiro's back. But after seeing today's performance against Newport County, a League 2 side, we could not keep the ball at certain times of the pitch. If the other team starts fighting for the ball and actually playing their game, we lose possession, we lose composure, and we just stop fighting for it. And we just played their game, which is not the style that United should be sticking to. Yeah. So that's kind of my overall assessment. I know Wolves isn't the best team out there in that sense, but like they're still a good mid-table team in the Premier League.
The thing is, like when we played them in the first game of the season, like we got really lucky.
Yeah,
like, let's not forget. Like
we got crazy lucky.
The second half, it was all Wolves.
Yeah,
like, they just couldn't finish, and then we also got lucky with the penalty decision that went our way. Because Onana literally punched that dude in the face. Right? And we cut him some slack because it was his first game, but now that we know how he actually is, and I think he'll be back because Cameroon are out.
Yeah.
Of the AFCON, so he should be back for that game.
I don't know if he starts though. I mean, knowing Ten Hag, he's probably gonna start Onana. Yeah, if Onana comes in like a day before the game or something, like
because they got knocked out Friday, Saturday, so he should already be back in the country. And I don't know if jet lag's gonna have any effect on him. I don't know if there's any jet lag from England.
Yeah, I guess he's gonna have a couple training sessions, right? So I think he's gonna start the game. I guess at that point then.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go with a draw. I think we have enough to not concede more than one goal. We'll concede one. I know we'll concede one at least. But I think that'll be it, and I think we have enough to score one as well. Okay. With Casemiro and Menu, like Bruno can play number 10, where he's the most effective. Højlund has been on a good form. Garnacho. Like today, like he didn't have his end product there, but like you could tell that he could pull it off at any time. So I think we have enough going forward. So I think it'll be a 1-1.
Oof.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, fair enough. That's the thing. I don't know what to predict. United's so unpredictable this season. They have been in the past fucking 5-10 seasons since Ferguson left. So we'll see what exactly happens, but. I guess at this point, share your feedback. Share what do you think? Yeah. What do you think's gonna happen against Wolves, against Aston Villa, and we'll see you in the next one.
We'll see you next week.
All right, peace.